And Serena, this is just complete fake outrage, and my God, I can't stand this type of crap. Welcome back to the show. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it. First topic, Trump posted a video to his Truth Social pretty much showing how great CBD is and how people need to start using CBD over pharmaceuticals. Roll the clip.
We've all heard about the major systems in our bodies, like the digestive, respiratory, nervous, and cardiovascular systems. But there's one essential system discovered in the 90s that you probably never heard of. It makes all of the other systems work smoothly with each other. Like a conductor, ensuring the different sections of an orchestra all play a beautiful symphony together. This system is called the endocannabinoid system. It has been acknowledged and studied by scientists extensively with support from the National Institutes of Health. As we age, the system weakens. As a result, the different systems in our body stop working together smoothly. That's one of the reasons older adults struggle with pain, inflammation, cognitive decline, and other ailments of aging, for which doctors often prescribe dangerous and addictive pharmaceuticals. They also recommend lifestyle remedies, such as exercise, good diet, and stress management. And while all these improve the system, it is only fractionally and over a long time. But here's the game changer. The system can be restored faster using hemp-derived CBD. When the system is restored, pain subsides, sleep is improved, and stress is reduced. When the system is restored, disease progression can slow down, and years are added to your life, as well as years spent in good health. And 20% of seniors are already using CBD today for pain, arthritis, cancer symptoms, sleep disorders, Alzheimer's, and many other ailments of aging. But doctors are not equipped to provide guidance, and there are no FDA standards for what is already in the market today. Imagine if that were the case for other medications. Older adults are suffering needlessly. Hemp-derived CBD can help them feel better, live longer, and improve their quality of life significantly.
A PricewaterhouseCoopers report estimates annual cost savings for the U.S. nearly $64 billion a year if cannabis is fully integrated into the healthcare system.
The groundbreaking 2018 Farm Bill, championed by President Trump, was the first step. Now it's time to educate doctors on the endocannabinoid system, provide Medicare coverage for CBD, and give millions of seniors the support they deserve. You will deliver the most important senior health initiative of the century, cementing your legacy and transforming aging care. Millions everywhere will thank you.
Yeah, it's good to see Trump posting videos like this. We need people at the top letting everybody know that, hey, you might want to try something a little bit more natural than just letting your doctor put you on some sort of pill and just chemically induce your body all the time, 24/7. It's basically saying in the video that, yeah, these doctors really know nothing about marijuana or CBD, so they're never going to prescribe it, yet they should be prescribing it. And that's how it is, because, like, they want you to put you on the pill. They're obviously, the pharmaceutical industrial complex, so all your doctors are already bought and sold to put you on a pill by the pharmaceutical companies, so they're never going to go this route. But I'm sure if they looked into it, or I'm sure a lot of them already know that CBD is much better than the pills they're putting people on. The effects are just way better, and it's all natural. I've been noticing this weird, like, outrage or almost war on marijuana lately, which is just absolutely insane. Like, I guess that one school shooter that wrote all the stuff on his magazines and was trans, I guess he was blaming marijuana for him doing it or something, which is absolutely insane. As somebody myself who has inhaled plenty of cannabis, let me tell you, I've never gotten more aggressive after smoking, like, not once, right? If anything, you just chill out, it takes the edge off, it takes everything that you're just all wound up about and just kind of just releases it, right? So I'm glad to see Trump's doing this. This is what needs to happen. People need to be told from the top that, hey, this is probably your best option, and you should obviously try this before you go on to anything more chemically induced into your body, you know? So, yeah, good on Trump, and this is the way it needs to be. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Bill Maher completely destroyed everything that the Democrats stand for. Go ahead, roll the clip.
They see gender as only a construct and sex is assigned at birth, and they say, we're not doing that. Transing kids by self-diagnosis with no age limit, no parental notification, and no acknowledgement of social contagion, not doing it. Asylum now covers any reason for anyone to come to America, not doing it. Homelessness is a lifestyle. Natural immunity doesn't count anymore. Whiteness is toxic. Penises in women's prisons. Welcoming the Intifada. We're not doing it. And so, folks, if we are ever going to get back to the old America, that's got to be the Democrats' part of the bargain. Stop coming up with radically new and often terrible ideas, and then in the next breath, insist there be no debate about any of it. That if you don't see it right away and go along, you're bad, stupid, and deplorable. As if you were saying, duh, 2 + 2 = 5, isn't that obvious? Yeah, it's obvious you can't add. You can't just say shit. Math is racist. Queers for Palestine. Looting is cool. Healthy at any weight. If the men's football team played the women's team, it would be a tie. You can't just say shit. I mean, you can, but it doesn't make it true because you're not Harry Potter. Smug self-righteousness in the defense of some of the dumbest ideas to ever come down the pike is not a formula that's really working for you.
Yeah, see, the thing about the current state of the Democratic Party is if you're not crazy and you're just sane at all, then you're not going to be able to relate with what they're saying, right? I mean, give me one good thing that they're pushing right now, you can, right? I'm glad people like Bill Maher, who's kind of, you know, he claims to be a Democrat, but he's really in the center. He's really in the center. He is basically going out and destroying everything the Democrats stand for pretty much anytime he gets a microphone in front of his face. Because he just sees how loony it is and just how much it just needs to change if anybody's ever going to go back to the party, right? Because like Bill Maher is basically the last bastion of hope for the Democrats. He's the only one actually trying to pitch sanity and calling them out and saying, hey, we need to get more sane. And it's just, other than that, there's just, I don't think there's one person in the party, the Democrat Party, who is pitching sanity and like is somebody that you could get behind as like okay, yeah, I mean, he's cool. I think he's pretty sane and he's, you know, he spreads a good message and he's not completely bought and sold by, you know, what, just the complete lunacy of what the Democratic Party has become, because that's it. Everybody who's still a part of it is just completely insane. And if you show any shred of not wanting to be insane and speaking out against the party like a Bill Maher, you're basically ousted from the party immediately. So they're just always going to eat themselves, and they're never going to really allow the party to get back to what it once was, at least in a semblance of sanity. But hey, that's the Democrats for you. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Serena Williams is offended by a cotton decor at a hotel in New York she stayed at recently. Go ahead, roll the clip.
All right, everyone, how do we feel about cotton as decoration? Personally, for me, it doesn't feel great. So actually, it feels like no polish remover cotton, natural.
Yeah, see, this is just the definition of fake outrage. She found something she could pretend to be offended by or pretend to be outraged by so she could make her little stupid video and be able to play the victim card, like, oh, how dare this hotel have a cotton decor in the corridor here where somebody like me who has ancestors that were slaves could be just so triggered by this. It's just complete victimhood mentality, and she wants to be the victim for all of her followers. Because see, this is the thing with athletes too, is when they get to a point when they were once great champions and now they're not getting any credit for anything anymore, they just have to go and make up things and just to get their attention, right? And see, the thing I want to ask all these people, you know, these people of color who talk about slavery and how we need reparations and, oh my God, our ancestors. Now, ask yourself this. Would you, if you could completely undo everything that happened to your ancestors and all their suffering under slavery, would you completely undo that if it meant you living in Africa and never being brought over to America? Would you trade that, your ancestors' suffering, for you not living in America and living over there in Africa? Yeah, frankly, I don't think you would. So, you know, unless you're willing to do that and you're willing to trade your citizenship here for their suffering and slavery, because, I mean, nobody should ever be a slave, right? Nobody's condoning slavery. I'm not condoning slavery. Nobody should ever condone slavery. But if you're so righteous and you care so much about your ancestors, if you could, would you go back and would you trade their suffering so they could just stay in Africa or wherever they were from? So, and then now all of a sudden you're no longer an American and you're stuck wherever they were from originally and wherever they were taken. Would you do that? No, I don't think you would. So unless you're that person, I don't want to hear about your ancestors' suffering or reparations anymore, because frankly, you just don't care. And Serena, this is just complete fake outrage, and my God, I can't stand this type of crap. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Let me know if you think Kamala Harris was definitely trying to incite violence with this speech. Go ahead, roll the clip.
At a time such as this, it demands one thing for sure. We must fight fire with fire. So CBC, let's get to work. Thank you.
Jeez, why do these Democrats just go out there any chance they get and just incite violence like that? When are they going to turn down the rhetoric, you know? Fight fire with fire. What fire are the Republicans fighting with that's so bad? Making America great again and cleaning up crime and getting illegals out of America and ending woke? That's fire that we're fighting with? No, that's just reality and making America great. But yeah, see, the problem is Republicans always have to be the adults in the room, right? Every time you see these fights or these protests and two people going at it, Republican, it's always the Democrat going ape shit, and the Republican happened to be the adult in the room and be like, all right, if I went off on this person, it would be a terrible scene. And, you know, obviously I would probably get the better of this person because this person's a weak, pathetic individual with absolutely no athleticism or no skills in anything. All they have is their pink green hair and they can just yell and shout at you. That's all they can literally do. But yeah, if Republicans and conservatives actually decided to fight fire with fire, the Democrats would not like what would happen, okay? It would not be good for the Democrats, because anybody with any talent, any athleticism, anything of legitimacy is on the Republican side. They're all conservatives. The Democrats, they got nothing as far as talent or for anything that would be worth, or anything that just would be good in a fighting fire with fire battle, right? The war would be over so fast it wouldn't even be funny. But yeah, so Republicans, conservatives at least realize, okay, yeah, we have to just wear this and be the adult in the room and, you know, handle this person shouting in my face, because if I did anything, it would go bad real quick and, you know, people would just not know what to do. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you